Hello and welcome to Market Wrap with Raja. Today is 17th of August 2020, and the way the market behaved, well, it definitely gave an indication that yes, it's not interested to go down. Well, I'm Raja Venkatraman, co-founder of NeoTrader and a trading influencer. I've been in the market for more than 15 years, and I've been happily married with a loving wife and an energetic son who keeps me on the run just like the markets. So in this edition, we are going to see what is keeping the market alive and what is ensuring that it is not going down below the levels which we had mentioned. We had discussed about some key levels in our weekly edition, and those levels still hold. But today, let us see what has happened and how are we going to position ourselves for the forthcoming session. So let's dive right in and find out what really happened today. So if you take a look at the day's proceeding, we had a lot of opportunities today, especially from the media space. The media space performed quite well. Then it was followed up by the auto and the metals. So NIF media, auto, and the metals they performed quite well, and there was some stock specific action that kept the whole market alive. But then, if you look at the indices, there were not much of activity out there. But then, this actually not moving down below the key threshold levels actually ensured that the bullish momentum continued to be maintained, and the early morning cues from SGX Nifty was also indicating that yes, there is a probable gap up opening, and the gap up opening ensured that the bullish momentum continued to be retained, especially on the stocks front. So when you take a look at the say, for example, the media space has been performing. We had discussed earlier also that the media space performed quite well. Today it was the turn of Sun TV, and the way Sun TV performed after its results was surprising and also quite cheerful after a long while. Sun TV always patronized by the traders, but then now after its results, it surprised the street, and the kind of the kind of response which we got for Sun TV was quite powerful. And you can see that TV Today, Sun TV, Z, they all perform quite well, and they all these stocks are traders' favorite stocks, and they did quite well. And then the metals and auto, they are already in play, and they continued their powerful show today. And the way Motherson Sumi has been rallying over the last few days, it's clearly evident that there is some strong buying emerging in those counters. You had some short covering also emerging in Eicher Motor. Along with that, Hero Moto also showed some steady continued upward traction. So big E's like Hero Moto, Bajaj Auto, they continued to perform well. Motherson Sumi continued its strong rally, and Eicher Motor was witnessing some short covering. So all this together and many other names, they all performed well. And the entire auto pack along with the media pack ensured that there were some items to play about. And now, if you go down into the entire market scenario and try and understand what really happened, you will see that majority of the sectors ended in the green, and that was something to cheer about. Only there were some weakness seen in the pharma space, and also the PSU Bank finished at the bottom of the table. Well, SBI proved to be a drag on the Bank Nifty also, and it proved to be a drag in the for the markets to a small extent. But then largely the bulls were in control today. Now, as we head into the coming session, let's try and find out how are we going to act. Because if you take a look at today's trading action, there were close to around 330 stocks out of the Nifty 500. They actually performed quite well. 330 stocks performed well, while the others they were in the a minor negative territory. So overall, the bullish bias continued to be retained at the start of the week. Now we need to see how are we going to plan and what is going to be the takeoff. So today at towards the end, hold on till the end because I'm going to be showing you a very interesting setup on the chart and on the index where we are going to see why this index continues to perform better and why it continues to retain the bullish poise. So that's what I'm going to be discussing at the end of the video. Stay on and stay connected right till the end of the video, because I'm going to be sharing a very different chart today in this edition. Let's go right in and find out what do we have in store. And we have got the chart of Nifty here. You can see here the chart of Nifty. And if you recall, I had shared yesterday of the on the Nifty chart that we had seen some nice intraday supports. You can see here, these are the nice intraday supports which I had drawn over the last 2 months, and you can see this trend line resistance here, support here, sorry. You can see here the trend line support has played out quite well. Today we'll do some analysis on the intraday element and find out how can we position ourselves on the Nifty. You can see here that the continuous support at lower levels has proved to be a blessing, and right now you can see here that this support levels continues to hold, and a nice move has definitely indicated that yes, pullback is witnessing some buying emerging here, as you all can see that there is a buying emerging at the lower levels. It's clearly indicating that yes, the bullishness is maintained, and towards the end of the day, in the second half, towards the closing session, you can see a nice long body bullish candle. So Nifty continues to retain the bullish poise with a forward-looking outlook. So that is the setup on the Nifty as far as the charts are concerned. Let's now go into our friend NeoTrader and see what NeoTrader has in store. We had discussed about a key threshold level around 11,330. So that continues to be a very important spot to watch out for. You can see here, this is one zone. This is the another zone, and this is so across intraday, multi-day, and positional, you are having a key level to watch out for. So the upward move beyond 11,300 to 330 is something which we have to be tracking aggressively. And if it were to happen tomorrow, then you could definitely experience some strong set of bullishness, and that can take the index Nifty right up to 11,430. So you have a 100-point move once it moves above the zone. And on the downside, you have got two sets of clusters here. Let me just show it for you. You can see here on the downside, you have got 11,131, which is tying up with 11,123 here. So you got this is the first level of support which we have to watch out for. And the next set of support is 11061 is tying up with 11061 on the S2. So these are the two levels to watch out for on the downside, 11131 and 11061. So the ballpark and the design for the Nifty is pretty much set. So now we know what we need to do in Nifty. Buy aggressively above 11330, or and wait and go short below 11175 for a drop towards 11131 and 11061. So these are the levels to watch out for tomorrow. I hope all these levels will be useful for you, and I'm sure that if you're liking these levels, if you're tracking these levels, do go right now and give a like button on my video, because I know that those of you who are watching this video regularly are definitely benefiting from these levels. So this was the take on Nifty. Now let's move down to Bank Nifty and find out what does Bank Nifty got to say to us. So we have been seeing the weekly charts of Bank Nifty, and I am taking the weekly chart because I find that Bank Nifty is trying to give us a message, and it's coming in bits and pieces. Now let us try and understand how can we decode the trend in Bank Nifty. You can see here that this is the weekly chart of Bank Nifty. I have used a modified pitchfork here, and the modified pitchfork continues to hold on to this median line. And this median line is ensuring that the prices are able to recover at every possibility. At every possibility, the price are able to recover. So right now, if I were to go short on Bank Nifty, I would definitely wait for the Bank Nifty to go beneath these zones. So what are these zones? You could draw a line here. So I've been maintaining that point around 21,000 that continues to hold. So unless and until it goes below this, we should not be looking at a negative bias in Bank Nifty. Yes, we had spoken about these levels yesterday also. And now you can see here that the strong median line on the weekly charts is a very, very important zone. So Bank Nifty is at a very low risk zone. So if there is a turnaround, hey, looking at the way the markets are panning out, especially if you compare it with if you do a seasonality analysis, you will see that yes, there are chances of the market to do well even in September. So now if markets were to recover from here and you see a rebound, you can see that yes, there is a lowering of corona cases. Yes, certain states are definitely showing up some cases, but then the rate of recovery is also improving. So yes, we are finding some solution, we are finding some vaccines. So all this is helping to generate a positive environment. And with the government kicking in with the Make in India push, it could help generate a positive outlook for the markets. So now taking a look at all that and the way the other rate sensitive sectors are also chipping in. So you could see that yes, Bank Nifty may not go down so much. And now when you try and recover from here, you can see there is a strong potential upside in Bank Nifty. And if Bank Nifty were to step in, you all know what's going to happen. There's going to be some magic on the street. Now let's see what we have in store in terms of the other index. Yes, we always track the CNX IT also. But then before we head into CNX IT, let me just take a look on the NeoTrader. This is the NeoTrader for you. You can see here that currently Bank Nifty is just shy of the R1. What is the R1 level? R1 is at 21,880 or 900, and we need to wait for this level to exceed before we take a stance. We got to define some rules, and if we play by the rules, it makes things much easier. So that's why I always define the boundaries, and it makes my job easier. And on the downside, you have got 21,500 as a key threshold level to watch out for. You are having a nice confluence zone of 21,500, and this could be considered as an important level which can push Bank Nifty towards the most important level which we have been tracking for several sessions, which is 21,000. So you got 21,900. Bank Nifty did make an attempt. Right now, it's still 200 points shy of those zones. So yes, we need to wait because right now there are no clear cluster zones available. The closest cluster zone which you can identify for on the upside is the pivot of the month with this. So yes, it is. There's a tie-up between these two numbers. Okay, 1 second. Let me just erase this. Let me give you a better confluence. For a better confluence, let me now again change this to this. See here, 2025. Why don't we select this? It's a much better one. So you have got this on the top end, and you have got 21,500 on the downside. So the levels for Bank Nifty is also set. All right. So we got the levels for Nifty, we got the levels for Bank Nifty. Now let's move down to Nifty IT. So before we head down to Nifty IT, I thought why don't we take a look at the charts of USD INR, because USD INR does provide some kind of trigger. And what I observe here is how the whole setup is coiling into a trend. And yes, this is on the daily chart, and we need to see a move above 75 on the upside or a break below 74.40 on the downside. So unless and until that happens, this could be coiling. But then yes, we are looking at some kind of trended action to emerge. And well, if there is some triggers or cues given by USD INR in Nifty IT, then it could definitely spell some more bullishness in this sector. We had spoken about some impending weakness on the CNXIT, but then that doesn't seem to be the case here. Let's take a look at the daily chart. You can see here that yes, there is some bit of ranging, but then today once again there was an attempt to cross this zone, which is around 18,400. So 18,400 looks to be an important zone to watch out for, and the way Nifty IT is getting set, a it may be a resumption of the bullishness. You can see here even on the intraday charts that there is a continuous rounding happening, which is a signal of steady bullish intent, and that will actually help the Nifty IT to generate some strong bullishness. And if that happens, then we can expect that the overall market bullishness would continue to retain. So this is what I wanted to share with you as part of this particular analysis. I hope you like this market wrap and I hope you found some levels interesting. I would like you to share this video with as many people as possible because this kind of structured and detailed analysis is not done anywhere on the internet. I would also like you, if you're watching this video for the first time, I would like you to share, comment, and subscribe to our channel because we are coming with a whole lot of different content and I would like you to enjoy them and also widen your perspectives about the market. Thank you for being here. I am Raja Venkatraman, co-founder of NeoTrader and a trading influencer. I've been in the market for more than 15 years, been happily married with a loving wife and an energetic son who keeps me on the run just like the markets. Have a good day, stay safe, stay healthy.